Hi. Welcome to the first ever Vane devlog. My name's Kyle and I'm the lead developer on Vane. In this series we're going to be talking about where the game's at and what we've worked on so far. We want to keep transparent about what's going on internally and with how progress is going, which is why we're happy to record some footage for you. Because this is the first devlog, we're going to go through everything that's been done since the project started. Please keep in mind that we've only been working on the project for a few months, so there's bound to be some stuff that's rough around the edges. Let's get started. If you're not familiar with Vane, it's a multiplayer or single-player open-world zombie apocalypse survival game. Unlike most survival games though, we're trying to keep a focus on interactions, discoveries, stories, and the world, over combat and hardcore immersion. We feel the most memorable parts of gaming, for us at least, have been those small but special moments of discovery, and we want to develop Vane with that in mind. Our biggest influence is Project Zomboid. It's a great game and you should try it if you haven't yet. Vane was originally a Garry's Mod game mode I wrote in 2013. At the time I wanted to make a 3D version of Project Zomboid, but I didn't know enough about game development to do anything independent from modding. It's been 9 years since then and I think at this point we're ready to make it a reality. We know that survival games have a reputation for being rushed, overpromised, and underdelivered. With that in mind, we've decided to give Vane away for free until it's something we'd pay money for. Nobody likes to feel cheated when they buy a game, and we're no different. We figure that when we have fun playing Vane with each other, we'll put it on Steam. Until then, enjoy it. At the time of this recording, we're still working on the first release, but it'll be released at vane.gg as soon as we think it's good to go. We want to use the time between now and an eventual release to get as much feedback as possible. We'll be releasing the game as frequently as we're comfortable doing. In this way, we can quickly iterate on the game and figure out what features work and what features don't. That way, with your help, we don't waste time perfecting boring or unfun features. We can just build stuff that you guys actually want. We've been working on this for free and have bootstrapped the game out of our own pocket. If you'd like to help out, the best thing you could do would be to share this video with anyone you know who might be interested. The more feedback, the better. So enough with the intro, let's get into the current state of Vane. One of the most important parts of open world games is the location. So, welcome to Champlain Valley. Located in upstate New York, we've decided on this location because of its high seasonality, semi-rural population, and proximity to many natural features. We're starting the game in a small town called Redford. Redford is sparsely populated, with not much to do in real life, which makes it a perfect setting for a zombie apocalypse. While the rest of the map is built out, we're going to be using Redford as our test area, where we try out new features and experiment. We think that if playing in a small town isn't fun, then just adding more areas without figuring out why the gameplay's bad definitely won't be fun. In the near future, we're going to be adding more of the surrounding area. The map is currently set to border on the east with Lake Champlain, and on the north with the Canadian border into Quebec. We have a lot of ground to cover, but we think we can do it. We intend to feature multiple maps in the far future, once Champlain Valley is done. Think about how different, for example, a zombie apocalypse would appear in upstate New York versus in the Nevada desert. Even if you have a solid map, it means nothing when it comes to long-term gameplay. The world of Vane has a dynamic sky, time, and weather system all built in. Seasons currently implemented change and affect the weather. The air gets cooler at night and snow falls in the wintertime. Rain will make your character wet and depending on the time of year, could cause hypothermia. As time progresses in Vane, you will find it harder to find preserved food and weapons. We are planning on accommodating timescales of in-game decades, so we advise you to work on your crafting, hunting, and cooking skills early on. We've developed Vane with multiplayer from the ground up. It's important to us that Vane doesn't frustrate you with impossibly laggy movement, physics, or enemies. We've optimized the multiplayer as much as is reasonable in this alpha state. Multiplayer currently only has a chat system, with VoIP soon to come. Also, the server browser doesn't do anything yet. However, you can connect to friends with the built-in console if you want. We're going to add instructions on how to do this with the first release. The first thing you see when entering the game is character creation. We currently allow you to customize your character from basic facial and body features, all the way to their hair, eye, and skin color. We also let you select tag stats, which influence what your character is good at when just starting out. In the future, you'll also be able to select occupations, which affect your starting skills and loadout. Occupations may have special perks attached which can help your character. Your character has a set of stats that level up with actions you do in the world. Getting more agile means training by running, which in turn increases your speed and decreases how tired your character gets from movement. Getting stronger means lifting weights, which allow you to carry more items. Getting better at driving requires you to drive. Stats are meant to affect the world of Vane in a very broad and deep manner, changing up the gameplay. Every 25 levels you receive a special bonus perk, which will help you survive the world that much easier. For example, attaining driving level 25 will allow you to drift your car, and attaining cooking level 75 allows you to use rotten ingredients in recipes. We think that changing gameplay like this should be pretty refreshing. In the apocalypse, death, illness, and injury play a very real threat to your character. That said, we find in most survival games, medical systems are unwieldy and complex. We've opted for a hybrid approach. All characters have a health amount similar to a standard first-person shooter. This slowly regenerates over time. On top of that, characters have conditions which negatively or positively affect their character's capabilities. Getting unlucky in a zombie attack can cause a laceration which will bleed, causing damage to you, until you bandage yourself. Be sure to disinfect the wound or you risk infecting it. We wanted to alleviate the confusion between items that sometimes happens in other survival games, so we show you exactly what items you need to heal yourself and what items might treat your problems. In the world of Vane, you can be poisoned, your bones can break, you can be in excruciating pain, you can be high on crack cocaine, you can be thirsty, you can be hungry, you can get wet from swimming, you can eat erectile dysfunction medication, and you can be caffeinated. In any zombie apocalypse game, the zombies are one of the most important aspects. After all, the genre is named after them. We've designed our zombie AI to be intelligently stupid. They're not smart, but in the best way possible. Zombies will chase you, zeroing in and trying to kill you by any means. Most zombies are walkers, meaning you have time to sort yourself out before taking on the threat. Sprinters are still ever present, so it's usually not worth provoking them. In Vane, even a single zombie will be potentially lethal. If you get infected, there is no cure. We've written the AI to be as performant as possible. We've done some stress testing on our zombie AI, and while it's not supernaturally good, we think you'll enjoy the good frame rates and smooth animations. It would be criminal to make a zombie apocalypse survival game without the ability to mutilate the zombies, so of course we've made sure that decapitating or maiming zombies is great fun. We plan on adding a variety of special zombies. Special zombies lie somewhere on a scale between normal zombies and Left 4 Dead style special infected. They're realistic, but add just enough twist to the gameplay to change up the formula. In addition, zombies aren't the only wildlife out there. We've implemented animals, so you can hunt foxes or deer. Be careful of wolves. They were predators before the apocalypse. Any electricity, heating, or water systems in Vane are wired into an interconnected network controlled by switches, transformers, junction boxes, and the like. The system is well optimized and doesn't cost any performance whatsoever, but lets you control and manipulate the entire resource supply, from the plant all the way to your home. If you want to disable power to a house or two, maybe to rob the inhabitants or disable a security system, you can disable the power junction box outside the house with a little bit of skill. Or, in the opposite direction, if the power plant is melted down, you can supply your own power with generators or solar panels. The system is flexible, and we're pleased to say that the connection system is fully implemented already. Right now, it's just a simple switch, but we'll expand on the system after some basics are in. Survival games and inventories go hand in hand. Looting is a staple of the apocalypse. We've designed a simpler, list-based inventory in contrast to the more common 2D grid-based inventories in survival games. The reasoning for this is simple. In Vane, you're probably going to be carrying more items than your average survival game due to our crafting systems, and a list-based inventory makes this easier. To limit inventory space, items have weight, and as you carry more, your character slows down. Think of it like a smoothly scaling over encumbrance from Bethesda games. Containers in the world spawn loot in an intelligent manner. So far we have over 500 items and over 100 different types of containers, each painstakingly customized by hand, so big shout out to our lead level designer Azzy for that. Those numbers will only go up as we add stuff to the game. Some items, like cooked food or scavenged crafted weapons, won't be found by searching any containers. Use stoves or workbenches to craft upgraded, special, and valuable items that have different effects on you based on your skills. Right now, you can discover recipes by combining ingredients on a stove and seeing what comes out. Eventually, you'll be able to discover recipes by reading cookbooks as well. Defending yourself in the post-apocalypse, of course, involves application of force. How that occurs is up to you. If you have no weapons, you can use your fists to knock some sense into your assailant. Hopefully your strength stat is sufficient. Otherwise, you can always use improvised melee weapons. In Vane, we want to give you the ability to do whatever you think is right in the situation. That means that equipping, throwing, or stabbing a zombie using tin cans, avocados, whisks, or butter knives is never out of the question. If you're in trouble though, we don't recommend it. We want combat to feel natural, so right after you're done cooking dinner on the stove, you can pick up the cast iron pan you cooked it in, equip it, and use it to teach home invaders some manners. As with most survival games, we also plan on offering a somewhat wide variety of semi-realistic firearms, should you discover any deceased gun enthusiasts among the Champlain Valley residents. A small assortment of firearms is already implemented. Finally, and we know this is a basic feature, but everything you do in the world of Vane saves properly from doors you open to switches you flick on. This includes multiplayer games. While we can't promise there will be no save wipes in this alpha period, we're going to try to preserve your save files as much as possible by implementing forward compatibility. So that's a bird's eye view of what we've been working on for the last couple months. We can't wait to see what the future holds, so we'd like to take a second to talk about planned and upcoming features. One feature we're excited to work on is fortifications and construction. You'll be able to reinforce and secure houses and buildings you claim, from blocking windows to installing enhanced deadbolts or locks on doors. Places you claim will also have a maintenance cost, which prevents other players from joining your game, disconnecting, and sitting idle on a property that they've claimed. We're also excited to work on human AI. Raiders and other hostile NPC survivors will roam the world looking to survive themselves. We currently have a friendly NPC system implemented, complete with dialogue. However, hostile and combat-oriented AI has yet to be designed. Once Redford is all done, we'll be expanding around the region radially. Redford is centrally located in our map, so it makes sense to expand outwards from there. We also have plans for the far future. Many of these have yet to be designed, but we're including them in this devlog just to give you an idea of where we're heading. One feature set we want in is deeper multiplayer support. VoIP, radios, broadcast radios, radio stations, and cell phones are just some of the systems that we want to get established. We want friendly NPCs and NPC settlements, where you can take on quests, trade with the locals, and develop plotlines. You may have noticed Vane has a lot of RPG features. We definitely want to provide a lot of role-playing functionality as well as proper characters in the storyline. Fishing, farming, and hunting are going to play prominent roles, especially as time passes and the world decays. There's a lot of content yet to be designed. Most stats right now aren't wired up, for example, and can't be leveled. We're constantly working towards getting the existing features fleshed out. This includes stats, more conditions, more recipes, more crafting blueprints, and more items. We do plan on adding hard drugs to Vane. Female characters have been implemented, but we have temporarily cut them because there were too many technical issues. We want to get women in Vane ASAP. Vehicles will play a prominent role in transport between the various towns in the Champlain Valley. You'll be able to drive them, of course, but also perform repairs and upgrade them to function better in the post-apocalypse. Finally, and maybe most importantly, we want to work on the game's performance. This isn't really a feature, but I'm personally getting anywhere between 40 FPS and 140 FPS on an AMD 5700 XT on ultra settings, and 100 FPS to 200 FPS on low. I want to make sure that everyone can run Vane at very high frame rates, and that means bringing those numbers up. As the world gets bigger and more detailed, we have to think about how the expanding world will affect performance. So that about wraps it up for this devlog. I hope you enjoyed the taste of Vane in this video. If you're interested in more, we recommend following our Twitter, @VaneSurvival, or joining us on Discord via the link in the video description. We post different stuff on each platform, so it's a good idea to do both. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you're interested in more Vane news. We never post spam, and we'll pretty much only be posting videos like this one for the near future. Right now we're working on Vane for free, and it's completely self-funded. We've turned down some donations in the past because we don't think the game deserves it yet. While we appreciate the support, the best way to support us is to share this video to anyone that might be interested in a new, experimental indie survival game. The more feedback we get, the better, especially at an early stage like this. Vane is going to be free for a while we polish it and add some necessary features. We're not sure when we're going to release the first version, but we're hoping it'll be out within the next few weeks on Vane.gg. If you want to contact us about anything, the best way is through ramjetstudios.com. The links for those are going to be in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.